Yeah, for nobody watching at the moment, but anybody who watches the video from the beginning is going to see my little preparation and adjustment thingies. Minutes and 30 seconds. So, got lots of time, whoever's watching. Got a call for makeup here. We're done. Finding this very, very fun and entertaining. Whoever's watching. Kirby. Or is it Jeffrey Herbie? Which one is it? Kirby, Jeffrey, KDR. Ah, cool. You live in this neighborhood, do you? Crown HT. In West Virginia before. That's cool. Well, we only got 30 seconds left, so no more time to fool around here. Yeah. But anyway. True flies. Well, all of 3 people now. Is the frequency in use? All righty, nothing heard. Hold on one second. All right. I'm back. My name is Paul, Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, fumbling around on my desk with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Very good. If there is, call 911. If you can't get them, call us. We'll help you out. Net may be broken at any time for that. For information on our net, you can see us on Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, or you can write me an email at Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. Doing it backwards today. Or you can look us up on Yahoo Groups on MJ_SS, and that's on Yahoo Groups, MJ_SS. Or you can find us on our website, which is 146415.net. I say again, 146415.net. The purpose of the net is to train and have fun for ham radio operators in the event of an emergency, which hopefully will never come. And we invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events and activities relating to ham radio and emergency communications. Does anybody have any traffic for the net for announcements? I heard something in there. What was that? I heard somebody hit it on there. What was that? Got nothing. That must be Richard. Is that Richard? Yeah, well, Richard's apparently over there on West Nashville. He was doing something over there this evening. He told me he was going. But we do want to remind everybody about December 30th with the Boy Scouts. If you can be available, be tuned in to this frequency and directions for other frequencies as needed for Boy Scouts learning the ham radio merit badge. And that's December 30th. And I'll be sending out a reminder to everybody a day or two before and the day before. So you'll be able to get that all. All righty. Do we have any other announcements? Okay, today is Saturday. So Saturday, we're doing the sideband net tonight on 144.240. I think that's where we were. I may correct that in a minute, but I believe it was 144.240. And single sideband, upper sideband. I'll write that down here. But what else do we have? I got it right here. Yeah, maybe I don't. But anyway, no other announcements. Well, I have the Wilson County Amateur Radio Net is, of course, next Thursday. That's at 8 p.m. on 147.105 with a plus offset in a 156.7. We also have the, of course, like I said, the sideband net tonight. We also have the buy, sell, swap, swindle, and trade net. That's actually buy, sell, swap, and swindle net. That's right in between the 2-meter net and the single sideband net. And then, of course, on Tuesday is the Amateur Radio Club's net for Vanderbilt University, which is 443.800. And that's a plus offset in a 123 PL. And that's on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Any other announcements, clarifications, corrections?
Vertically polarized on the sideband net.
That's right. Your antennas should be vertical polarized, as you should be upright in the upright position. Thank you, Earl. Well, you got a good signal tonight.
So do you. Mother Nature must be nice to both of us. KE4DZ.
Yeah, very good. Now, again, you can also see you can see my power out here on the meter that's on, if you're watching on the web. That's, and of course you can look me up on K4PEW on the on the YouTube search box, or you can look under Brain Trusts. It's a plural, BRAINTRUSTS. One of those two things will get you right in there. There's about 4 people in there right now. And we had 10 or 11 last time, I think it was, which is quite fascinating to me. I'm sure they're not in here to look at me necessarily, but they can see the meter. They can see how their signal comes into my station, and they can also listen to it. So anyway, what else do I have here? I think that's it. No corrections, complications, or clarifications. Well, very good. We'll get rolling then. Looking for check-ins west of Mount Juliet Road. Let's go start from there this time. West of Mount Juliet Road. Please come now.
4TR. I think I am.
I'm sorry. One more time.
Kilo Oscar 4 Tango Romeo.
Yeah, very good. I'm sorry, but I forgot your name.
That's okay. My most memorable character. Who was he? Anyway, his name is Kerry. Charlie Alpha Romeo Yankee. Location is on off of Dickerson Road, not too far from the. Some people call it Flatline. I think most people call it Skyline Hospital. But anyway, that's where I am, and I believe that is probably west of Mount Juliet Road. Not being that familiar with Mount Juliet, I don't know for sure, but probably is. Anyway, sounded good tonight, and glad you're doing the net, and glad that things are working out as well as they are. And this is KO4TR.
Yeah, very good, Kerry. I know we talked before. I recognized the call, but I just couldn't make the brain connect. Those synapses aren't always connected properly for me, especially as I'm approaching 70 years old. But yeah, you sound good, and yeah, that's a great location. If you were sitting on top of Summit Hospital, you'd be able to talk over half of Tennessee.
Yeah, but if is a big word. I'm way down from there, probably a mile or two south of there, and there's actually a pretty good sized hill between me and you. And I don't think I can hit the Lebanon repeater, which is really sad. I don't know why that is. I guess it's a hill, but anyway. You're sounding good, but I can't hear too many people that you talk to in there unless they're back this way.
I guess. Well, that repeater, by the way, you were about an S, just add right about S9 on the input here if you were looking on the screen. You're doing real well. And by the way, I said Summit when it's really Skyline, and I know where you're talking about. My mother sees 2 physicians that are in that doctor's building there. And it's actually a nice place. Great location. It's pretty. It's a nice view of Nashville. It's just too far to drive.
Yeah, and it used to, they chopped off a good bit of Taylor's Hill to put that there, but, and that would really have been a good location. I don't know how many feet they chopped off of it, but anyway, well, back to you, and good to hear you, and glad you're doing this. It's great for Simplex, and remember, it always sounds better on Simplex.
Oh, yeah, it certainly does. And when I get on a repeater net, I remember that the 2 things that were annoying. One, quality's not as good, and the silly squelches and the squelch tails and the, yeah, not silly, but, and the IDs coming right on top of people. So it's kind of annoying. Once you get used to Simplex, you don't want to do that anymore. All right, very good. That's Kerry up in Skyline. That's Kilo Oscar, excuse me. It's Kilo Oscar 4 Tango Romeo, and he is up near Skyline North. That's north of Nashville a little bit, up there by Dickerson. Is it Dickerson Pike, right? Yeah, it's Dickerson Pike. All right, who else do we have west of Mount Juliet Road? Please come in.
KM4YRF, and Kerry is in East Nashville.
Just lower. Well, yeah, it's confusing to me what's east and west over there north of Nashville. It is west of us, but it's east or northeast of Nashville, correct?
Yeah, he's about maybe 5 miles from me.
All righty. How you doing, Mike? Yes, he's got the same problem you do, except he can't get into that repeater in Lebanon.
Yeah, I don't see why he couldn't. And he may be having the same trouble that I had, and I got that figured out. So I'm going to talk to him about that.
Well, you got operator short? You're saying he's got an operator short or short between the ears?
No, I wouldn't say that about Kerry because he'd beat me up.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, you sound good, Mike. Yeah, straighten them out because you had a lot of trouble getting into that, and I can't imagine why either of you had trouble getting to that repeater, really. But whatever. All right, maybe we need to put up a reflector, like a piece of metal or something that can bounce it off of something south.
Well, maybe so, but he has a Yaesu just like mine, so I'm thinking it's just a matter of having the tone squelch turned on.
I guess. I don't know. We'll find out. Is that what happened to you? Tone squelch was on?
No, the tone squelch was off. I had to turn it on to make it work with the repeater.
Okay. Very good. That's Mike in Belshire. Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. I'm glad those guys are having trouble getting into the repeater, quite honestly. All right, let's move on. Anybody else west of Mount Juliet, please come in.
Katie 4, OEN, Kilo Delta 4, Oscar Echo November. This is Mary, and I was determined we were not going to be lollygaggers tonight.
Oh, yeah, you did a great job. Jumped right in there. How are you and Marty doing tonight?
We're doing fine. We just had some dinner and some leftover ice cream cake that was left from our daughter's birthday, so that was a treat. But we're having a good day. Hope everyone out there is having a good day and enjoying being on frequency. We have really enjoyed it and getting to know some of you guys and women, hopefully. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Marty and let him say hello.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Mary.
Okay, this is Katie 4 BQK, and I don't have a whole lot to say today. Mary was talking more than me.
Yeah, very good. Good to have you though, Marty. Did you do anything special today?
No, not anything. I went out with my brother-in-law. He was getting Christmas presents. That was about it.
Well, nice to get out of the house, although going to a store a week or two before Christmas is not always a fun thing.
That's what we did.
Well, I'm glad you survived it, really, because I can't stand. I used to wait until Christmas Eve to go shopping, and it was funny. Every year I saw the same losers like myself over there buying cards and gifts.
Oh, it happens. It happens.
Well, that's when I was working for a living. I didn't think I had as much time as I did, and I always waited till the last minute. All right, Marty and Mary, good to have you in there. By the way, I appreciate those pictures you sent me of the family and the dog. I got another dog picture to send you too of the fifth dog, so I think you'll appreciate that. I just found out where they were in the fifth system here. All right, good to have you in there. That was Mary and Marty. Calls are Kilo Delta 4 Oscar Echo November and Kilo Delta 4 Bravo Quebec Kilo, and they're in Belshire. Good to have you in there. Who else? Both of them are long-standing in the community. I did not know them before, but they know people have been around here a long time, so they've been around the hams a long time. All right, who else do we have west of Mount Juliet? Please come in.
KK4EXY, I have no sense of direction, so I'll just check in.
How you doing, Dennis? You sound good.
Man, I'm doing good. I just be glad when the holidays is over. They're about to work us to death. Bah humbug.
Well, you're in an industry where you get the brunt of the problems. That's why.
Yeah, man. I didn't get off till like 6:30 this morning from 4 o'clock yesterday evening.
Oh, so you're not going to take the overtime, the money?
In the last 2 weeks, they have taken out $1,200 in my check in taxes.
Yeah, but look at all that money you did take in, though. That's good. I love that.
Yeah, and the only sad thing about it, I don't get to spend it. The YL is doing all the spending.
What made you ever think that you got to spend your money? What is wrong with you? You're married, ain't you?
I don't know, man. Statistics shows that every 3 seconds somebody loses their mind. So I guess I've had my 3 seconds.
All right. Very good, Dennis. And Dennis, you are, yeah, I keep forgetting, you are in, tell me, Smyrna?
No, I'm in Laverne.
Yeah, you think I'd remember that after all this time. I'm going to write that down here so I don't. I'll forget again. You can almost guarantee it. There's only one other person here I know that's in Laverne, and that's Scott. Oh, there may be two people in there.
Yeah. I'm ready to get me a cabin in the mountains with no cable, no cell phone, no motor lights, or no streetcars.
Yeah, no packages either. Yeah, my wife works for the USPS, and she's kind of, this is the time of year where she comes home and just beats me up if she had the strength.
Man, I'm telling you, my prayers go out to her. All I want to do is just get into bed.
Well, that's what she says most of her coworkers do. It's very, very, it's heavy duty stuff this time of year with all the agencies that deliver, by agencies, the companies that deliver packages, FedEx, UPS, and USPS.
Yeah, man, people's complaining about the economy. But when I'm in that warehouse, see all them boxes and packages come through there, I say the economy looks pretty good.
Well, it depends on which end of that economy you're on. I know I did the same thing over the years. They say the economy, remember after 2008, the economy's terrible. And then every restaurant I drove by was packed, just packed with people. And I thought, economy can't be that bad.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I get mad when I have to pay 50 cents for a slice of cheese on my burger.
Why don't you bring your own?
You know, it's funny you should say that. I stopped at Backyard Burgers the other day, and I told the lady, I said, well, by golly, the next time I'm in here, I'm going to pull out my sandwich bag with my cheese in it.
Yeah, you have to do it at the table because the health department would probably say you can't do it at the counter or something. All right, Dennis. Good to have you in there. I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope you're doing okay. Surviving the Christmas rush here.
I'm doing good, man. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and just in case I don't get to check in no more, happy holidays.
Yeah, and I hope you don't get too many calluses on your hands before that.
I got some real expensive gloves.
Oh, very good, very good. All right, good to have you in there, Dennis. And it was Dennis, KK4EXY, Kilo 4, Echo X-Ray Yankee, and he's in Laverne. Great signal. I hadn't heard from him in a few weeks. Anybody else west of Nash? West of Mount Juliet, please come down. South of 40, please come down. South of I-40. Wake up.
Golf Yankee.
Oh, man, we got a double, triple in there. Did I hear Ed in there? Is that from Shake Rag? Is that who I heard?
Yeah, good afternoon. Merry Christmas to you and all on the air there. This is Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. Eating a little ice cream and being rude and trying to talk at the same time.
Nobody would know, I don't think. Yeah, you were pretty good signal in there tonight. I got to tell you. Do it one more time. I got to look at the mirror. I'm looking at a mirror image of the signal strength meter. Go ahead one more time.
Yes, sir. I was on watching you a while ago on YouTube, and I don't know. I just got off of it to shut the phone down. I didn't realize you was gonna get on the south side of Mount Juliet this quick.
Yeah, if you can notice the meter, it looks like you're about S. You're at least 20 or 30 over S9 in here with your beam.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I'll let you carry on there. There's more in here. I tried to double. I apologize to those for doing it. Good evening to everyone. This is Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee.
Yeah, very good, Ed. And that's Ed, and he's in Shake Rag down there near Shelbyville. And it's Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. Great signal. Who else was in there with a double or a triple?
KE4TYJ.
Hey, man, you're going to have to get more power because Ed was killing you.
Sorry.
No, you did fine. So the day treated you well on your day off, I hope?
Yeah, didn't do anything. I thought about maybe running to town, but didn't do that. So I did watch a movie, and it's probably one of the longest movies ever put on a Blu-ray disc.
I take a guess, but I don't know what it is.
Gettysburg.
Oh, really? Was it that long?
4 hours and 13 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, that's a long movie. That needs a couple of intermissions.
Yes, sir, it did. And the budget for the film, we looked it up, was $20 million, and it only made 12. It's because it was so long, I think.
Wow. Man, a Chevette. That's I can't believe it. They spent 20 and only made back 12. Well, I'm not sure they're always honest about those numbers because I don't know. I can't imagine losing that much money.
I don't think they lost that much. Maybe at the box office, or it didn't meet expectations, but I figured it probably made up for it in DVD sales. Now it's just a guess.
Yeah, I really don't know. I think they fudged those numbers, honestly. I don't know that it makes any difference to me whether they made money or lost money. If I liked the movie, fine. If I didn't, doesn't matter. The one that I got was, I think it was called The Boy's Life or something like that, and it was about 3 hours long, and they got 100% approval by all of the major critics. 100%. Watched the movie. It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It's like that movie Dunkirk, and they all gave 2 thumbs up. So I asked for it for my birthday last year, and I got it. I couldn't even sit through it all. It made no sense to me whatsoever. I own it. You're all welcome to it. I can't watch it again.
Yeah, I watched that movie. It wasn't very good. I can't believe they actually went through a movie was a very significant event in World War II, and they barely showed the Germans, and I don't even think they mentioned them in the movie.
I didn't get it. It was ridiculous. What I thought it was about, they didn't show, so I have no idea.
No, it was almost. Well, I don't know. I read about that event there at during what happened during the war, and it didn't seem to represent what I had read before. So I'm a little confused by why they even made it.
Exactly. I mean, I read about it and I said, well, that'll be pretty interesting. Well, interesting lasted 30 seconds and I was done. I sat through the rest of it, but never again.
Yeah, I hear you. There's a lot of movies. Not a lot. There's several movies like that, and I hopefully I learned my lesson, but I never seem to. All right, very good. The Disappointed Jim. When did you get that, by the way? This year?
Dunkirk? Yeah, I think I got it for my birthday this year.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, well, yeah, I was disappointed myself. It was like my mother decided she had to see that new Orient Express because they had an actress in there she liked, and I forget her name right now, but she goes, "Oh, we've got to go see this." So we all went to see Orient Express. I fell asleep in the theater. It stunk on ice. I hated it.
There's a lot of movies I found that way. I just can't make movies anymore, I guess. I don't know. I was thoroughly disappointed in Dunkirk. I like Gettysburg, but it was a little bit long. So that's the movie review for the week. KE4TYJ.
All right, very good. That was Jim, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. He's in Woodbury, down there with a beam pointed in my general direction. Great signal. With a couple of nice critiques of movies he didn't like and one he did. All right, very good. Who else we got south of 40?
W1FIE.
Well, I'm going to take that one first since all I heard in the first one was K. So I don't know. There's a lot of Ks out there. How you doing there, Jen?
I'm doing all right. Just getting settled back in from traveling.
Long trip?
Yeah, we were in Puerto Rico for about a week.
Oh, where'd you go?
San Juan.
Haven't been there in a long time. It's pretty though. They've pretty much cleaned it up, I hope, by now, haven't they?
Yeah, the touristy part's all cleaned up.
Yeah, it was very nice. There's beaches and the hotels on the beach there in San Juan. They were very nice when I was there, but that's many moons ago.
Still just as beautiful.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is. In fact, Puerto Rico's pretty all over, but it's kind of a mess now, and it's going to take them a long time to recover fully.
Yep, a lot of construction going on down there.
Yeah, awkward situation when you're that far away from the mainland, and it costs a lot of money to bring stuff and supplies and people. And anyway, and tourism is one of their major things. So they're when they don't have much to see or there are problems with it, then it creates even more issues. Is your husband in there tonight?
He is. He's ready to check in.
All right.
KN40JH.
All right. How are you doing tonight? And then, how long did you stay in Puerto Rico? Jen didn't say.
4 days.
Yeah, that's just long enough. Was it nice and warm and sunny? I take it.
Oh yeah, sunshine every day, 85 degrees, 73 at night. Perfect.
Cool. I'm not gonna try to fake you out and look up your name. Is it Doug? Did I remember that correctly?
Yeah, Doug, correct.
Oh man, I can't believe I remembered. It's funny how yeah, that's what happens when you get a little old. But I'm glad I remembered, Doug. Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed your trip. I'm glad it was safe because what's the flight to I went by ship, so what was the flight to Puerto Rico? 2.5 hours or something? 2 hours?
Yeah, we flew through Tampa on the way there. It's like 2.5 hours from Tampa, and then on the way back through Fort Lauderdale, it's about 2 hours and 15 minutes from there.
Yeah, yeah. That Fort Lauderdale's a nice airport too.
Yeah, it is. I fly through there a lot. I work in Puerto Rico, so I've got a lot of stuff going on there and end up going back and forth quite a bit.
Yeah, so you never go out of Miami then? Is that less convenient or more money?
Yeah, never Miami. It's always Fort Lauderdale or Orlando or Tampa.
Cool. Yeah, the Miami airport is, I found it to be troublesome myself.
I don't know that I've ever been there. I travel all over the U.S., but I don't think I've ever been to that airport.
Well, it's busy. It is very busy. You know, I mean, it's, I don't know, it's also, well, it's kind of busy and it's, I don't know what the word. It's too busy to me, and that's why I think Fort Lauderdale gets so much business. It's a much easier access because you don't have to go through downtown or you don't have to come that far south.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
All right, very good. That was Jen and Doug, and that's Kilo. Oh, I get it right here. It's W1 Foxtrot India Echo. That's Jen and Kilo November 4 Oscar Juliet Hotel. And that's Doug. They live over here near Providence. And good to hear them on the air. And they come back from a trip to Puerto Rico, which is cool. Very good. Good to have you in there. Who else south of 40?
KN4PQ. November 8th, Papa Yankee.
Hold on, Papa Yankee. I had KN4 Papa, Quebec X-Ray. And what was the first name again?
Joey.
Oh, yes, Joey, and just south of me here. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Joey. Again, it's I ought to do some studying. Like I say, do a little research before I get on the air to review some calls. But yeah, good to have you in there. And did you get that other system working okay? The little HF board?
HF is about the same as it was the last time we spoke, but I finally got that antenna set up. I just need to hook up that coax and run it down to my other radio.
Yeah, we're going to hold you accountable for that. Huh?
Yeah, well, Robin's already on me about it, so I think he's got you covered.
Okay, very good. Robin's a good one to do it. In fact, you got to tell him, say, listen, I'd be happy to do it, but you need to help me on every single part of it.
I'll be the safety officer.
Yeah, exactly. You say, look, I just screwed up. Why don't you do it for me?
I like this plan.
I do too. All right, that's Joey, and it's Kilo November 4 Papa, Quebec X-Ray, and he is south of me, just near Robin, down the street from Robin there on the east side of Percy Priest, and south of me about 5 or 6 miles. And I think I heard Rusty in there.
Yes, sir. Good evening there. November 8th, Papa Yankee, and good to talk to you again, Paul.
Yeah, good to hear you in there. When you said the last time we talked, you said your antenna couldn't make it up here from where you live?
Well, the one that I had before, I put up tram 1481 a couple of weeks ago, and I think I'm making a little better now.
Well, you're doing great here. I didn't look at the meter, but I'm guessing it's near full scale.
Yeah, it's getting on over there. Not quite full scale, but better than it was.
Well, yeah, that looks like, I think that's 40 over where you hit, so I don't think I'd be complaining too much.
No complaints over here. I've went from a mobile antenna mounted in the attic to that 1481, so I hope I'm getting out a little better.
Yeah, you are. You're doing great. Now, you're able to hear many people from up north?
No, I'm still not hearing a lot of them, but a lot in the south and the west. It seems like the east, I don't hear quite as many either.
Well, do you know what your elevation is there, Rusty?
Oh gosh, it's not much. I don't remember exactly, but I'm thinking it's down pretty low.
And that's in Murfreesboro, right?
Right. I'm out behind Cason Lane School, kind of in the flatlands.
Okay. Okay, so you lost me after Murfreesboro because I don't know the geography down there at all.
Well, we're pretty flat here where I am. There's a few hills around us, but not much elevation here. Just the elevation of my poles mainly.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to look that up and see how your elevation profile is coming up north because well, I know that Andy in Zero JPD. Of course, he's on a tower. He's got like I want to say 60 foot maybe, and he gets out great and he hears a lot of stations. But I'm guessing that's the difference is his tower.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I've got mine up on a couple of I don't know 11 and a half, 12 foot poles that actually are supposed to be the top part of a cyclone fence. It's definitely a make do setup right now.
Oh, I know a couple of people that are using those top rails from fencing to get their antennas up 20, 30 feet.
Yeah. I was. I'm actually in a neighborhood, so I was trying to kind of keep from being too obvious.
Now, those top rails are what? How long are those? The standard lengths?
I think the ones I got were like 11 and a half, 12 feet, something like that. I've got two of them.
Okay, yeah, because the last time I put this up on when I put the rotor and the vertical on the rotor, I think that's because it's EMT, electrical EMT, and I believe those are all 10 foot. So I don't know, it's fine and it's nice and rigid. There's no problem with it. It's probably more expensive than that top rail.
Well, I don't know. The top rail I think was a little over $12 a piece.
Yeah, I think this EMT was about $22.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, I'm enjoying a little bit more on air function, I guess, since I got that thing up.
Oh yeah, well that's the beauty of it. I mean, once you realize that a better antenna I joke about that, but it gets you away from just listening to repeaters because you begin to realize there's more than repeaters to hear, and it's all over. Because man, now my footprint from here, of course, my elevation is decent, but I'm out routinely 45, 50 miles, and in some areas going north because of the ridge, I'm out about 65 miles into north of Bowling Green, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's great coverage there, and you're sounding great here too. Maybe one of these days I'll get something up maybe a little higher. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I hear you. All right, very good, Rusty. And by the way, that using the electrical EMT guarantees better reception. That's what I was told.
Okay, may have to look into that. Thanks, Paul. You have a great evening. We'll talk to you later. NAPP, right?
Yeah, very good. That's K4PEW, and that was November 8th, Papa Yankee. That's my dog in the background, the noisiest son of a gun on the planet. And he's in Murfreesboro. Who else we got south of 40?
KN4 MPV.
Hey, Terry, how are you?
Doing okay there. How are you doing, Paul?
Doing great. I catch you on your only day off, don't I?
Yeah, I try to be a fan here.
Oh, no, I understand. Listen, work and family, if they don't come before ham radio, you got things in the wrong order.
I hear you. Yeah, I am glad I'm able to at least catch you on the Saturday net, and wish I could catch you on the Wednesday, but maybe one of these days.
Yeah, you're doing S9 here. If you were looking at the meter, I don't know if you can get on the web, but yeah, you're right up there with a good signal.
Okay, Paul, I appreciate it. And 73s to everybody there, and NAPPY. If you just borrow that tower that's a little bit southwest of you out there, I think it's like a mile up in the air. You can probably might get them to lease you a spot on that thing.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure any of us can afford leasing a spot on that tower.
Fine, that'd be a pretty good view.
You know the one I'm talking about, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. All right, man. Good talking to everybody there, and 73s to everybody, and glad you got your antenna up there higher and doing. It sounds real good over here too. I can tell the difference as close as we are, Rusty. So you're doing good there. And Paul, appreciate the
what you do there, and keep up the good work.
All right, very good, Terry. Yeah, no, it's funny how you don't realize how I say important isn't necessarily the right word. How much more gratifying, like Rusty was saying, when you can hear more people working simplex, and the quality of the voice is so much better than on repeaters. It becomes more. I'll just use the word intimate. It becomes you feel closer to the people you're talking to, and it's all nobody's working through somebody else's machine that's 25 miles away, and it just adds a certain element of community to simplex that you don't necessarily get on a repeater that's got a footprint that covers all of Middle Tennessee.
Oh yeah, and especially working on base stations where you're steel and everything, and you can do some good simplex.
Oh yeah, no, it's gratifying to be able to do that, though. I mean, even that part of it, just putting together it, just we got hams, instead of coming out of the closet, they come out of the attic. That's how they come out.
Okay. Well, all right, Paul. I'll let everybody else come in here, and hello to everybody 73s, and to you too, Paul, and let you carry on there. KN4MPV.
All right, and that's Terry. It's Kilo November 4 Mike, Papa Victor, and he is in Murfreesboro. Who else we got south of 40? I heard a click.
K4IDC.
You being a clicker tonight?
Yeah, I clicked it, picking up the mic.
Yeah, very good. Somebody greased your mic, huh?
Well, I did. I said special ARRL mic grease.
Yeah, you heard me talking to Joey about demanding that you do all the heavy lifting over there on his antenna system.
No, I missed that part. I just got into the ham shack 10 minutes ago. I've only heard parts of the last 2 QSOs.
Yeah, we were conspiring to have him just let you do the work since he might hurt himself.
Did he say if he's made progress?
I don't want to speak for him, but he did say that he's still got to put the antenna up.
Okay.
Well, he's got I think the feed line is what I heard. I don't remember if he said he's got the antenna mounted or not, to tell you the truth. So don't let me speak for him. You know me. I can't even. I'm so broke I can't even pay attention.
Like some of the undergraduates I work with. Feed line shouldn't be a problem. I gave him 50 feet of 9913. Actually, I didn't give it to him. He bought it. It was out of that estate sale.
Yeah, you don't want to give anybody a bad impression that you give away stuff.
Well, he's been a recipient of much generosity, so he can afford to buy a piece of coax.
I got you. Very good. Well, again, I never mind helping people out, but there's a point at which the system has to be theirs.
That's right.
All right, very good. That was Robin, Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. He's south of me. He's also over there by Joey, just to east of Percy Priest Lake and south of Mount Juliet by about 5 miles. Well, south of me about 5 miles. Who else south of 40?
K1SPD.
Hey, Scott, how are you?
Oh, doing fine tonight here, just about everybody. It's changed from Wednesday night.
Oh, cool. Now, I'll have to look, because is your elevation that much different than, say, down in Murfreesboro?
I don't really know. I'm at 663, I think.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I really don't know what the differences are. I just know that, like Rusty was having problems from his home, but it could have been just the fact that he was, with a ground plane in his attic that caused half the problems, But I really, I wouldn't speculate on that. I'm just saying that I find it odd that he had problems hearing things north if he's got a reasonably good antenna outside.
I just did a quick Google, and Murfreesboro itself is at 610. Now, he was really compromised from what he was telling me before, just a mobile antenna hung up there in the attic. But I could hear him great, prior to the outside antenna.
Well, yeah, I can imagine. So, I mean, he's just a few miles southeast of you, I think. Yeah, you were pegging the meter here. I'm going to have to get a bigger meter.
Oh, well, I got my Christmas present in the mail today. I can't get you a meter. Sorry.
Oh, no, I wasn't wanting one. What did you get?
I bought another rotator and controller.
Which one did you get? Which rotator?
Holy mackerel, man! This thing must have been built in the 20s. No, it's a medium duty, a CDR, TR-44 or something like that, I believe.
You know, in the industry I was in, and you probably remember this because your age is about mine. I identified old stuff if it had that gray wrinkle finish paint.
Yeah, I can picture that. But no, I benched it, and man, that thing's turned so nice and smooth, and it'll definitely, because I'm thinking when I get it up in the air, hopefully Christmas week, if the weather's permitting, I want to put a 6 meter on the bottom, the 2 meter big one in the middle, horizontally, and then I've got a 3-element 2 meter I'm going to put vertically on top.
Well, you're going to be sitting fat, dumb, and happy.
One never knows. I'm not utilizing this radio right here enough.
Well, that's great. Let's hope there's a lot more 6 meter activity then.
It's bound to return. All right, back to net. K1SPD.
Yeah, very good. That was Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. He's in Laverne, putting up a new rotor. Well, new old rotor and old new rotor, one of the two. And for getting 3 antennas up on that, so he's going to have a good time. And I think I said he's in Laverne. Who else we got south of 40? Anybody else south of 40? We'll come back. East of Mount Juliet Road, please come in.
Okay, WA4ZHI.
Somebody tried to cover you up there, James, but you got it. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right, I guess.
Yeah, it's every day is a struggle when you're getting older, right?
Oh, yeah. I've been noticing mostly the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, well, you've only got the one son still living at home, right?
Oh, I got 2 at home.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was just one. Yeah, that's 2's too many, quite honestly.
Well, they're a little bit older, but they have reasons to be here.
Oh no, I understand. I just know from our experience here, and mine is a lot different. But you know, I never expected that in my retirement that I'd be taking care of 2 old ladies, even if they're my mother and my mother-in-law.
I never expected to be taking care of 2 grown sons.
No, I understand, and I can sympathize with you. But I can take both of these 2 old ladies. You know what I'm saying? So it's not too much trouble.
Oh, I get along with my sons mostly.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you wouldn't have it any other way, and I'm glad you're able to take care of them, actually. Although it's still a lot of work, a lot of emotional and physical work, I imagine.
Well, I think I aged about 5 years in the last 2.
Yeah, well, I hope ham radio is some relief for you.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. A little throwback.
Yeah, very good. That's James, Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India, and he's right here in the heart of Mount Juliet, just east of the library, as my old friend used to say. Good signal, by the way. It was really strong. And of course, you're normally pretty strong to me. Who else east of Mount Juliet?
K4DEZ. KN4LXH.
Hold on, LXH. I've got that's KN4. So if I don't write it down right away, it escapes me. I got Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu Earl over there in Noreen.
Yeah, even time over, Paul. Sounding good on my receive, and most everyone else is as well. On my little low to the ground plane, about luckily maybe 9 to 11 feet off the ground. Well, anyway, everything's copacetic over here, and just tinkering around, working on my domestic things, and contrary to common belief of gender aspects over here, being the male part of that, you know, hey, I'm starting by reading the instructions on this here package that I got today. So, anyway, one other point I like to make out is that, daggone, y'all be good and be careful out there this time of year, cause, I don't know about y'all, but,
Of course, I've been told it's all in my head. But anyway, the jury's still out about all that. But be careful. Be aware, because traffic, the closer you get to heavy places that everybody wants to be at the same time, you might find yourself in a jam. And that's all I got to say about that. Catch y'all later. Merry Christmas. KE4DEZ. Earl over here in Stick City, or Cedar City is what I call it, otherwise known as Doreen. Back to you, Paul.
Yeah, very good. Again, good signal. You know, if you got that antenna up off the ground 20 or 30 feet, I'll make you net control, man. You're already at S7, good strong audio.
Right, okay. Yeah, I went and started using the hand mic on this thing and whatnot because of one little fluke or another that, got me troubleshooting stuff. So anyway, it's just one of those there fluky dooky things, them little parade of them green varmints running through areas are unexpected to be in at any given time.
Yeah, but again, that thing is doing great. Whatever issues you had with feedline or antenna, it works great now. I don't know who else can copy you. Because again, with the lower elevation, you might have some struggles getting up into North Mount Juliet, or west. But I'm gonna have to ask when we get around to that. James, are you able to hear Earl at all?
I'm not sure. I'm watching the computer and this at the same time. Forgot.
Okay. Anybody else copying Earl who's north?
Oh, he's half scale here in Belshire.
Oh, see, there you go, Earl. You were killing him up there in northeast Nashville. Half scale.
Well, that's daggone. Give myself an attaboy, I guess, for I've been troubleshooting my antenna system for 3 months over here and whatnot. So I guess I'm moving in the right direction.
Yeah, you're doing fine. For those of you on YouTube, this is they got this Chihuahua here on the desk, and she decided to come up and visit me. Oh, yeah, she's a sweetie. Anyway, if you saw that little blur going by my face there, you're doing great, Earl. You really whatever improvements you've had, and may I inspire you to do more, because if you get that thing up even 20 feet, that thing will be killer.
All right, okay. Well, that's good to know. And whatnot, I got a 500 foot spool of 213. I guess I'm going to use it and everything like that instead of, in terms of the difference between spending the amount on the higher dollar recommended UHF, VHF coax, just for what I've already got in the erector set collection, it just don't seem to, benefit for the expense of one to another, unless, but anyway, I'll let it go with that before I heard someone else say before, I'm so broke I can't afford to pay attention, and I'm about ready to lose my mind and sorting through these owner manuals on how to hook up stuff, okay? KE4DEZ, clear.
I'm telling you, Earl, you're old enough to know better. You don't tell people you read the manuals, man. That's like something you don't want to talk about. Let me move on. Jimmy, how you doing? KN4LXH up in North Mount Juliet.
Hey, Paul, how's it going over there? You spent all your money yet?
Not all of it. I always got a lot of money to spend anyway because I'm independently poor.
Ah, well, okay. I've been spending most of my money on steel and welding supplies.
That's right. You were building that antenna, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm building, technically I'm building a tower stand. It's a KG0ZZ tower stand, and basically a metal structure about 10 feet tall that you use to, lift a tilt-up tower up and down.
Oh, so that tower stand, that's separate from the tower? I'll have to go look at that. That's separate?
Yeah, if you go to YouTube and search for KG0ZZ tower stand, you'll see what it's going to look like. It's basically it's a 10-foot structure, and it has a pulley with a winch built into the tower stand, and the line connects to the tower about halfway up and pulls the tower up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the design they use more than tent stakes to hold it down.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And once you get it, of course, once you get it up, it has to be guide anyway. So.
Oh yeah, no, I mean yeah, that one with the winch. So it's got a plate on the top of it. Is that what it has for the winch?
The winch is actually on the back side of the tower stand, and the stranded cable goes up over a pulley at the top, and then that goes to the tower.
Cool. Well, let me repeat that for those that I'm pretty sure everybody can probably hear. You've got a really great signal, but he says you can go to YouTube and look under the call Kilo Golf 0 Zulu Zulu, and it's a tower stand, or it's a steel stand that you build to that has a pulley attached to it, so you can crank up towers that are on a hinge. Is that what you call it? I forgot the right terms. What am I saying there?
Yeah, the tower base is mounted on a hinge, and the stand essentially just pulls the tower up and then locks it into position.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll have to take a look at that. I don't think I've seen one of those, because I always thought that would be the ideal situation, is to have either a tilt up or a crank up tower, because somehow I can't imagine my wife thinking a 50-foot tower is a good idea.
Yeah, well, my neighbors would get sort of nervous if I tried to put up a 50-foot tower, I think. So that's probably a no-go anyway.
Oh, I hear you. But I tell you what, they wouldn't complain if there was an emergency and you were the only one with communications.
Well, that's true, but I don't know if that'll ever happen or not. So, at any rate, been working on that. And also, you mentioned somebody mentioned something about movies. I saw Equalizer 2 on Xfinity, and they came off that $21 rental fee down to $6. So there I go.
Equalizer 2 is renting for $22.
Oh yeah, they had a price of $20.99 on it, and I was waiting for them to come off that.
Unbelievable. How long is the movie?
That's only like a 2-hour movie.
Man, I hope it was good.
Well, no, I mean I didn't pay $20. I paid $5.99 or $6 for it, but it's not as good as Equalizer 1, but it's okay. It's not a thing to write home about.
All right, very good. Usually the second ones are usually worse.
Well, it's not as good. I won't say it's bad, but it's just not as good.
Yeah, I got you. Well, very good. We've got Jimmy. That's Kilo November 4 Lima X-Ray Hotel. He's up in just north of the high school here in Mount Juliet, up near Lebanon Road, with a great signal and some interesting information looking up on the YouTube Kilo Golf 0 Zulu Zulu on some tower stuff. Who else south or east of Mount Juliet? Please come in.
C4TWI.
Thanks for your patience there, Wes.
All right. I've heard most people. I can barely hear Earl, though. I don't know if he made a change the last time we talked.
Earl had a great signal, but apparently he's got the lid open on his Weber grill.
All right. Well, y'all go ahead. KE4TWI.
Yeah, he was only 10 or 11 feet off of the ground with that antenna. I'm not surprised, but you got a good signal on here tonight, Wes. All righty. Good to see you today, too, by the way. Who else is east of Mount Juliet Road? Please come down. And that was Wes, by the way. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey, India, near Watertown.
Okay, I'm for HQE.
Did you? Wasn't there not a contest, but a station? What do you call it? A special event station for Santa Claus or something today? Did you work that one?
Are you talking to me, Paul?
Yes, Dan. I'm sorry.
No. There was a special event station for Santa Claus, but I haven't worked it.
Well, there's also one. Jim told me down there in Woodbury they had one for the Edmund Fitzgerald Memorial.
No, I haven't done much on radio today. I've been trying to get some stuff ready for Beauvais, and I hope that they come up before the end of the year, but I'm not really sure exactly when they're supposed to be there.
Okay, very good. All righty, Stan, good to have you in there. And you were killing the meter here. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo, and that's Stan. He's just a little bit north of Lebanon. Great signal again. Who else? East of Mount Juliet. Before we move on to the lurkers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, and scanner listeners who have to email me.
G4MIZ.
Just had to warn you, did I there, Kevin?
No, sitting here talking to Lisa and listening to you at the same time, so she's a little bit more important. so I had to talk to her. But yeah, everything's fine. I hear everybody. I heard everybody. Everybody sounds good. Man, I tell you, it must be everybody's buying Christmas stuff or using Christmas stuff. Woo, real loud stations out there. But yeah, there ain't nothing going on here. Same old stuff, Paul. Different day.
Yeah. Well, as far as what was going on in your household, I don't hold a candle to having the importance of Lisa in your life. So pay attention to her, not me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, man, shoot. All right, well, I'll let you get back with it. You probably got to get them scanner listeners and all them Googlers or whatever they are. We'll talk to you in a little bit, KG4, my thing.
All right, very good, Kevin. That was Kevin, Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu, over just a little bit west of downtown Lebanon. And anybody else east of Mount Juliet?
Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec. I almost was a lollygager tonight.
No, I don't think I did north. That's right. I didn't actually hit north. I started with west, and we had a couple of northern stations in there. But no, you're good. Well, go ahead. It's Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec, Dennis, up in Castellan Springs. Did you make any more progress on the antenna today?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's outside. It's ready to tip up and attach to my barn. I just have to get about 4 people over here. But my wife tonight said, we're watching a movie. So I haven't accomplished one thing since I talked to you last. And we watched Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. And it was very entertaining, and he's something else. But anyway, all that laying on the couch got me really tired, so I'm going to go to bed. So I'm going to be a late check-in here and an early check-out. W9BOQ is clear.
What was the movie called? Was that the one, The Stars Born?
No, that's a good movie. I mean, we haven't seen that yet. No, this is just a live show of Lady Gaga, who I like to call, what's her real name? Gwen. I hate that Lady Gaga name, but anyway, she's great. And it was Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett live. It was really great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Tony Bennett is like talk about a living legend.
He's pretty amazing, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, if you ever saw that movie, with what's her face? I can't think of her name. Isn't that terrible? The one who died here a few years ago, the one from England. Dang, I forgot her name.
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, Amy. She did a set in a studio with him, and even in the studio when they had the cameras on her, she was like, "I can't even believe I'm here with him."
Well, that was a sad story of her. She drank herself right to death before she was 30 years old.
Yep, I know it. It's unbelievable. It's really sad. You're right. Very talented woman. All right, Dennis, you get if you can make it to bed, just drag yourself over there, and we'll catch you tomorrow sometime. K4PEW for the Mount Juliet Simplex Net, and that was Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar, Quebec, and Castellan Springs, working on. He's getting up a new X700 and a multi-element beam for 2 meters, and he's going to be hot stuff. He's going to be our other alternate net control. All right, anybody else? North of Mount Juliet.
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo.
Hey, Frank, you doing all right?
Yes, Bob, doing good.
Great, you got a good signal. Which antenna are you using?
Still on the indoor, but moving forward on putting something on the outside here.
I don't know. I'm going to say right now, don't put it outside because you're already pegging the meter.
Yeah. When I was switching my coax over, I had realized that I had needed to move it because I wasn't sure if you're doing the sideband or the the UHF. And I'm like, yep, there it is. I can hear Paul again without the coax even plugged in.
Okay, good. No, I'm glad to hear it. But no, really, you are. I don't know if you can see the video there, but you're full scale.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, it's going to be, I can't put nothing like you got, but we're looking at possibly going to do something in the 15-foot range in height-wise, of the antenna itself.
Oh, that's great. I'm telling you, you're in a good elevation anyway, I think, because if you're hitting me with, your indoor antenna now with such a good signal, I can imagine you're really going to get out great.
kind of a, we were talking at breakfast today, kind of like an alligator station here. I could get out better than I could hear. That's the problem. So that's the real reason is I can't, like, if it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't hear, most of the people to the south especially.
Oh, right. And that's just an issue in elevation, really. And obviously a better antenna, but you're doing great, Frank. And that was Frank, and that's Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo, and he's in northwest Wilson County. Great signal for an indoor antenna. Great to me, pegging the meters. So, and it's probably, I'm going to say it's 5 or 6 or 7 miles as the crow flies between you and me. So it's not too difficult, but with an indoor antenna, it's doing great. All right. Anybody else north, please come in.
WB0
Hello, Mark.
Good evening, Paul. Sitting there watching the MTSU football game, and they're a little behind right now, but there's a long way to go.
Yeah, well, what's their record like this year? Do you know?
Oh, it's good. They're in a bowl game, so I really don't know for sure what it is, but they look good.
Well, I've learned over the years that I don't often care who's winning or losing. I just enjoy sports for what they are. I don't have to have a preference when I walk into the game,
Yeah, well, they're playing Appalachian State, so I've got to be for MTSU.
Oh, no, I didn't say you couldn't have a preference. I'm just saying I can enjoy a sport just for the sake of the sport. Not always, though. I mean, when I was when I was growing up in near Buffalo, and Buffalo was the team, I hated every team that wasn't Buffalo, except for the Jets, because I like the Jets because of Joe Namath. Of course, that's some years ago.
Yep, that is some years ago. Yeah. Anyway, I'm on a little different microphone tonight in the headset. Does it sound okay?
Well, you'll have to listen to it on the audio here because it's almost like you're overdriving it or too much power because you're really coming in really strong and it's a little bit not distorted, but a little bit muffled and strong, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, there we go. I backed the mic off a little bit. I got it plugged into my amplifier. I probably don't need that, but that's all I could get to in a hurry, so that's what I did. All right, well, have a good evening. I'll catch you Wednesday, probably. WB0
Yeah, very good, Mark. That's Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0, November. November Oscar. All those zeros and O's mess me up. And he is in Old Hickory. Great signal. Yeah, backing off worked perfect, Mark. Just perfect. All you had to do was back off a couple inches, and you were in great shape. All righty. Anybody else north of Mount Juliet, please come in. All right. We'll take late check-ins then. Anytime, place, anywhere, please come in.
KG4S1 Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor SFF.
Hey, hold on, Larry. I got KG4 Sierra Foxtrot. Charles up there in Cottontown. How you doing, Charles?
Other than a tension headache, I'm doing all right. I went off anxiety medicine. I'm going back on it because I've been looking it up. That's been making me dizzy and stuff. But other than that, just trying to stay positive. It's almost Christmas. Just feel tired all the time. I woke up at 1:30 last night and 5 a.m. I don't know what's up with those times the last 2 nights. And taking my blood pressure medicine, not last night, the night before, my heart was playing real hard when I woke up in the middle of the night. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm taking the blood pressure medicine.
Yeah, well, you'll get that straightened out sooner or later as soon as the doctors figure out all the plans. By the way, your signal's pretty good. You're about an S7 or 8 here into my station, so you're doing pretty good on that respect.
I can't hear anyone. I couldn't hear Kevin.
Okay. So I'm not sure why that is. Kevin, were you on your vertical or on the beam pointed this way or pointed toward Charles? He must have stepped away. I'll have to ask him later or tomorrow. But I'm glad you're doing all right. At least you're still upright and taking solid food, eh?
Oh, yeah, and I don't want to get too much into it. It was coming out both ends. Anyways, it was horrible. What day was that, maybe Wednesday or Thursday? I guess that stomach virus is going around. It was bad. I guess it's going around. I don't
that's not good. All right, very good. We get Charles, and he's in Cotton Town. Good signal to me, although he's not hearing all the stations. That's Kilo Golf 4, Sierra Foxtrot, Foxtrot. And next up is Larry. Larry, I was wondering where you went, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Paul. Just got in, so I was hoping to make the late check-in instead of the lurkers and sandbaggers.
Oh, you made it. You made it. We didn't. No, did I say I had? Yeah, I did. I did say it. Doesn't matter. You see, you get a pass because you've been so regular.
Okay, man. We'll let you get on with it. KE4SYV.
Yeah, very good. That's Larry in Rockvale, and that's Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Good signal, although a little late, but I say he gets a pass. He's such a regular in here for the last few years. It's hard to miss Larry. Who else? Anybody else late check-ins? Please come now. Late check-ins or lurkers, sandbaggers, and lollygaggers.
Kilo 4 Whiskey United.
I'm sorry, we're full. How you doing, Bill?
Doing all right, my friend. How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's obviously these nets are long, but I think they're worth it. I think we have a lot of fun. I know I have a lot of fun, and it's challenging to my what seems to be a shrinking brain.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I was out your way today a couple of times, actually. We went to the barbecue for dinner, talked to the manager there, and said the reason why we're here is because we meet here every Saturday, the first Saturday of the month. And he goes, oh, the radio guys. Yeah. Oh, that means more coffee mornings.
Yeah, that's right. And pretty decent tips, I imagine.
Yeah, roger that. Okay, let's get back to it. Good to hear you.
Very good. That was Bill. Kilo 4, great signal. Kilo 4 Whiskey uniform. And he is in Possum Town, which is right next door to Possum Village, I think. Anybody else late check-ins or lollygaggers, lurkers, or sandbaggers, please come in.
K4WK.
Hey, how you doing there, Steve? I hear you fine. You're pointed where?
Scottsville.
You're pointed at Scottsville, and you're where now? You moved, didn't you? Oh, you got real hazy on that one. You're going to have to. I didn't make any of that either. I'm sorry. I know your signal's there, and I can hear you talking, but you're kind of in the mud. I got it. Echo Mike 66 UU. I'll look that up. Well, very good. You say you moved to Scottsville. Is that what you said? Yes? Okay. Very good. Man, is anybody else copying Steve up in Kentucky? And you guys ought to be ashamed of yourselves. I can hear him here. What's going on there? With my vertical, I don't even have my beam up yet. I mean, on him anyway. All right, but anyway, that was Steve, Kilo 4 Whiskey Kilo uniform, and that's Steve, and he's up. I'm not sure of the town. I think it's Scottsville now, but I'll have to verify that. So it's a good 65 miles, I believe, from here. He's got a little beam, but I'm not sure what the story is because I don't know if he's fully set up yet. But I can't believe nobody else can hear him. It's up farther north. Huh. All right, very good. Do we have any more check-ins, late or otherwise? Please come now. Got nothing. All right, very good. We appreciate that. That was 20. Steve marks up 28 check-ins for a Saturday night, which is great. We'll move right along to the BSSS net, which is the buy, sell, swindle, and swap net. Has anybody got anything they want to buy or sell? Please come in.
Anyone is speaking.
Yes, Scott.
I ran across, I thought I sent it with the sale of the radio. An Elenco tuner cable for an LDG tuner. If anybody needs that.
You see, it was the Elenco for which one now? The LDG what?
For an LDG tuner. I'm thinking that was the, what is it? Maybe a C100?
Sounds familiar. Is that the one it was for? Oh, you said it was for an Elenco. Okay. Anyway, Scott's got a hold of an Elenco to LDG tuner cable, which he believes is for the Z100 tuner. Anybody needs one of those, it's going for $500.
That's a good start offer.
All right, very good. Anything else you want to buy, sell, or swap, or hope to swindle? I'm not hearing anything. If you do have anything to sell, or you're looking for anything in particular, the first place would be to ask around. You can do that via the email to the group, or email me, and I'll put it up on the email list if you're not sure how to do that. We've now got 76 people on the list, so it's quite a resource. All right, we're going to move over. Anybody else? We got any buy, sell, swap, or swindle? Anything at all? Please come in.
K4 IDC on Astron RS50.
That was an RS50 Astron. That's the one without the meters, correct?
Correct, Mundo.
All right, that's a 50 kilowatt power supply made by Astron.
Yeah, 50 kW at 13.5 volts.
Yeah, it's quite powerful. You can run all the radios in Wilson County with that one.
All day, all night.
Anyway, yeah, it's for a very large repeater system called the military, I think. Anyway, that's Kilo 4 Indy Delta Charlie, still has an RS50 Astron. It is a 50 watt power supply, correct?
50 amp.
I'm sorry, I said 50 watt. Yes, 50 amp. 50 watt wouldn't do you much good. That would be enough for a couple of HTs. But yeah, 50 amp power supply, and a very nice. Astron, as everybody knows, makes a really nice power supply. And that's going for how much?
Down to 125.
$125. So if you need that, that's Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie at Comcast.net. And I'm going to be moving over to the anybody else have anybody else to buy, sell, swap? You have any more cable or anything? That 9913 or any more of the hardline?
No hard line at the moment. I got a couple of coils of RG213 here. I do have a 100-foot piece of 9913, but I don't like the way it sweeps at VHF. It's fine for HF. I think what I'm going to do is cut it in the middle and see if I have one 50-foot piece that sweeps good. But right now, I can't get better than a 2-to-1 SWR with it at 2 meters with a 50 ohm dummy load on the other end.
All righty. Anyway, yeah, you might want to check with Robin if you have any issues with any cables or things like that related to cabling or even tower pieces or even antenna pieces for big aluminum pieces. Anybody else got any? And that's Kilo 4 Indy Delta Charlie at Comcast.net. Anybody else? Nothing. Let's move over to the sideband net, and unless anybody else has anything before I move on. All right, 144.240, I believe, and that's where I'm going right now. 144.240, upper sideband, vertically polarized, and I also got a dog in the backyard barking up a storm, so I'm going to jump out there for 2 seconds. I'll be right back. K4 PEW. No. All right, this is K4 PEW with the Mount Juliet single sideband net. Is there? Well, let's go. Let's just start. We'll start from who is. Let's see. We'll start north. Who's north of Mount Juliet?
KB9RKK.
All right, Frank. Great signal in there tonight. I'm still on the meter here in case you want to look. Who else at north? West of Mount Juliet, please come in. Anybody west of Mount Juliet, please come in. All right, south of Mount Juliet, please come down.
K4IDC.
Hey, you're either I'm off or you're off, and it's me. But how's my signal down to you, Robin?
Well, when you first started out, I grabbed the RIT and turned it down 100 hertz, and it came into tune. But now you're back up a little bit.
All right, I haven't touched it one bit. Must be. I'm doing it through mental telepathy.
Well, I'm showing 240, and you sound a little out of tune to me, but I wouldn't guarantee you that my radio's on frequency.
Yeah, how's that? K4 PEW.
Sounds good to me.
All right, we're right on the money right here. I'm at .12.
Yeah.
All right, and you're sitting on 240?
I'm showing 240.
All right, very good. Let's see, who else do we have south? Please come now. Thanks, Robin.
Kilo Echo 4 Tango, Yankee Juliet.
Hey, Jim, you sound great. Yo, Jim, you sound great. Jim, you copying me? Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet, you still there? Man, he must have the volume down or something. Can you hear him, Robin? Hello, K4 PEW.
I had Jim in there just fine. K1SPD.
Yeah, no, I heard him fine, but he wasn't responding to me. So, well, I don't know what's going on there. He's got the volume down or something. I don't know how he managed that. Well, very good, Scott. You sound good.
Sorry about that, Paul. Apparently I pushed the button. I don't know what the hell happened.
Famous last words.
No, famous last words is y'all watch this.
Yeah, that usually involves alcoholic beverages. All right, very good. I got Scott in there, good signal, and Jim's got a great signal, albeit he couldn't hear anything I said, but he does now. Anybody else south of 40? All right, anybody east of Mount Juliet, please come in.
Kilo 4 Whiskey United.
Hey, Bill, you sound good. How's my signal over to you? Should be pretty good.
Oh, yeah, you're sounding really good, Paul. Real strong. And whatever you did there from the first, tweaked it up a bit, sounds real good.
Yeah, I just had to change it by a couple there. Like I said, I'm on .12, 240.12, so apparently mine's off a little bit. I probably got a kink in my feed line.
Roger that.
All right, anybody else south? Well, actually now, all the way around. North, south, east, or west. Anybody left? Got nothing, but so, okay, we've got 6 in there tonight. We've got Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo, Frank up in northwest part of the county, and Robin down south part, just outside of the county, Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie, and Jim down there in Woodbury, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet, Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta, Bill, and he's of course in Laverne, and then Bill, Kilo 4 Whiskey Uniform, he is in Possum Town. And of course, me and Mount Juliet. Did I miss anybody? Nothing heard. So I think we did fine with 6. Maybe all of this will induce other people to get on sideband. I know there's a couple of guys working on it right now, so that'll be fun as we progress. I know of at least 2 people, and we're missing John tonight and a couple others. But yeah, I expect this will grow into more than 5 or 6. So. Appreciate the check-ins, and I'll go ahead and sign off for the evening. And 73 guys, you're welcome to stay here and goof around, but I'm going to take off. Good to have you in there. K4 PEW.
Yep, good night. K1SPD.